It is indeed a good afternoon, and we are joined by one of the leaders here in Kakamega County. He's been a member of parliament for Shinyalu for 2 terms, and of course in the 2022 August polls he was not successful, but he is and he says he is still in the political scene, and he's eyeing Kakamega County Assembly Speaker seat. We are talking about none other than Mheshimiwa Justice Kizito, who's been a member of parliament for Shinyalu. I'm joined by Kizito. Mheshimiwa, how are you?
Thank you. I'm very fine. Thank you. And how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I've been told that among many people who are eyeing for this seat of the county assembly speaker, you're one of them. I don't know if it is a rumor or it is true.
Allah. Yeah. You know, we are in people's service, a service of people, and definitely I'm a politician, and the jobs that are political in nature are jobs that we are also qualified to apply. And now that I've been serving people of Shinyalu, and first of all I have to be grateful to them because they gave me 8 years to 9 years of service, and I've served them. And this has made me understand, as I was telling you earlier, understand politics. Now understand politics is not school. It's not law. It's not engineering. It is something that is something else altogether that you can't understand. Because when you look at it, whatever you went to school to study and learn, maybe it's just application aspect of it, but politics becomes streetwise, and it becomes about people's needs and being able to cater for people's needs and their interests more first. So then development, resources being plowed to the people, and in whichever aspect they come to you, and having been a member of parliament, you see everything stops at your doorsteps, because now you are the man. If there are no roads, it's you. If there's no food in the constituency, it's you. If there's no water, it's you. If there's no electricity, Meshmua is you. So that kind of thing helps you to create and grow a very big heart for everybody. And that's where we are. Yes, despite that I did not make it, and everybody in tells me that they voted for me. So I don't know who did not vote for me.
So if everybody voted for you, then all these thousands of people, they should have given you all.
Everybody tells me, we voted for you, we voted. No, I'm saying, no. I'm grateful to all of them. They gave me an opportunity. And actually, I was also trying to apply for a third term or another term form to serve. Then it was not possible. Other people also applied. So they preferred somebody else to me. And I don't think that it's something that one can cry about and all this. You move on.
You have to move on.
You move on. And as I said, I'm at national service. My service can be applied at the National Assembly as a speaker, or any other position, ministerial position, or whichever position in the Republic of Kenya. I think I have the credentials for all this. So now I'm seeing an opportunity in Kakamega County Assembly. And I'm a bona fide person in Kakamega here. I have the qualification. This is a job I'm applying. I'm applying to my bosses who are the members of County Assembly. Those are my bosses. So I'm applying a job. I'm applying a job, and I would like to be their speaker of the County Assembly. And I think I have the credentials. I have the credentials for it. I've been in this game. I know the needs of politicians. I know what MCS are. Most of them I've interacted with them. They are my friends. I know where they are strong and where they are weak. I know what they have not been. I know in that county assembly. I know what they have been missing, and I know what I can add in. And I believe I can. And if they give me an opportunity, I can add something quite positive.
At what point did you say, I want to go for this?
I'm jobless.
Or after you became jobless?
Yeah.
Is it not like something that you've been dreaming? Like
No. You see, jobs, because I've been a member of parliament, I knew that I'm a member of parliament, I'm going back to parliament. Now that I did not get, and you see, I'm a politician. I dream to hold any position of a politician in this country. I would like to be president of Kenya one day. I'd like to be deputy president. I would like to be governor. Yeah, now this position comes in as a good riddance. It's coming in at a time when I'm now free. And I think I can enlist my services and my application. I'm putting in my application so that these members of county assembly can look at them. They find me suitable, and I think they hopefully they will. I'll be able to serve them because I know what I can do for them.
Somebody will say probably you're looking at it as the last option for you, because now you're saying you had put in application for the third, term as a member of parliament for Shinyalu, and then like now that you didn't make it, so let me just do this because this is the last option for me.
Not the last option, not the last or the least, but it's a good position. It's a great position that that needs to apply. So it's not that it's the least. If I had gotten to become a member of parliament, I would be a member of parliament. I would not have time to apply. Now that these 5 years, I'm free. So, and I can't sit idle. This position is there. So I'm requesting that I would like now to also put my skills in terms of bringing Kakamega County Assembly up, and my colleagues, members of County Assembly, I would like to bring them up to look at the interests, to cater for their, to look for their interests, to facilitate them properly as a speaker, to facilitate them to perform their 3 roles, their major roles.
Yeah.
1 is oversight, okay? 2 is representation, yeah? Representing people properly. And then 3, it is this thing of making legislation, to make proper laws and to give them opportunity, to give them tools and impetus to be able to work and make sure our people are good. Because you see now, the members of County Assembly come from various backgrounds. There are those who are doctors, teachers, engineers, and they come from all over. So now you need first of all to bond them, to forget their professionalism. Then they come in to become politicians. Then we bond them. Then we do what we call capacity building. Induction, then capacity building. So that they can know their work is not that one that they went to school to do. Their work is about people. So that now we can also benchmarking them, facilitating them to go to what you call human resource development. Yeah. Let them also move around the country to see what's going on. Let them also go in the country or without the country. Let them go outside this nation. Let them go to, like I told you earlier on, we have this country called Wales. Wales is part of the United Kingdom. They have that's where devolution works properly, within what we call municipalities. So if these people get an opportunity to visit, they'll be able to transfer that what is there here in Kakamega. Go to Indonesia. Indonesia is another country that has the 3-tier government system. And you see they have that devolution working very well at the low level. County being, ward being the lowest level of development. You see, you learn from that, and you bring in this experience, and we're able to help our people. And when we come back, we're able to move. Members of County Assembly need what we call outreach, program. Outreach means that actually you devolve, that parliament has to move. When you call parliament is not that building. Parliament is where it sits at any time. So we come to sit in like Chekula ward.
It will be like rotational?
Rotational.
In different
No,
wards?
not rotational, just we go round. We get to understand our wards. We go round, we just put a specific day and we go around and we see what's going on. Yeah. And then also I would like our members of County Assembly to be accountable. Yeah? So that our people whom voted for them are able to see what is the value for their money by putting it live broadcast. So that members of County Assembly can be seen on the TV, on the radio, as they speak. So that people and even the learners are able to learn.
Those who didn't attend, they can have an opportunity to just follow live.
Yes, follow live and all this. And like virtual. There are also virtual things. You can do virtual committee meetings. Yeah. Those that sometimes when you have difficulties, it's easier, they can access.
Yeah, sure.
And everybody can do whatever they are. So actually we just want to make it a better place and make members better people. Because actually the major thing in the National Assembly as for Speaker is to facilitate members of Parliament to perform their functions. Yeah, properly. Yes.
So are you saying maybe any shortcoming, especially for the past 2 assemblies since devolution?
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, Parliament is still young.
Yes,
counties are young.
So they're still
growing.
putting in structures.
Yeah, the structures are being put in place. This is just the second Parliament. Now we're going to the third Parliament now. Okay?
Yeah.
Now we're going to that third term of devolution, where we are now. So now, most of them have not really, like there are these teething problems. The teething problems are there. So what I tend to think is that now I want to mirror this county assembly to the National Assembly. So that is a replica of the National Assembly. Whatever goes there, I bring here because I've been there and I've been in parliament leadership. I've been in parliamentary leadership in the National Assembly. I've been a chair, I've been liaison committee, so I know. So I know leadership, how leadership of parliament looks like. And it's the parliament, the speaker is the one who, the speaker is the parliament. The speaker is the members. Yeah. The stronger the speaker you have, the stronger members of the county assembly or national assembly you have. So that now you give them proper direction, we learn from one another and we're able to move. Yeah. And they want a friend. And more so, also the staff, the parliamentary staff. Also you propel them and give them capacity building so that they are technically well put to be able to discharge their duties properly. And then also members of parliament, IT. That's the way to go, IT. You remember when we had this problem of corona? It was very difficult for members to go to National Assembly. Sure. And when there's quite a number of people who thought that people had abdicated their role for National Assembly and all this. And you see, that's the House or the County Assembly is the one that actually is the one that gives the county executive impetus to work. Yeah, because they don't also do the budget to appropriation and all this to allow them to work. So if the national parliament is not either National Assembly or County Assembly is not working, then executive will not function. Sure. Because this is the center nerve of activity. So now we need to get into IT, information technology. We capacitate our people properly so that they're able also to communicate or to perform or to be in process, to do the parliamentary work wherever they are. From wherever they are, they just come and do their work. They can do from their house, they can do from their office, and it becomes much easier. Sure. And then remember I told you, I would like the county assembly to tell its own story. Yeah? Because you generally, sometimes you get some information, maybe a distortion of it and all this. So we have to go to the original script that was now broadcasted live from the members themselves, telling their own story and discharging themselves as competent members of county assembly, so that they are seen on the TV. We can get a slot in the TV, like say, if we have only like 12 hours in a week, that suffices for the purpose. And this is what I think that. So I'm coming in as somebody who has something around to. I'm not saying that they are not doing well, but I just want to add to put the tools and impetus. Okay, but Mheshimiwa, among I believe many people are salivating for this opportunity, of course, being the speaker, and even the former speaker was like he also want to try because he went for Matungu member of parliament position, and of course he didn't make it as well. So he was like, if I don't make it, I'll still go back. I ask the member of assemblies to elect me as the speaker as well for the assembly. But what do you what places you at the top compared to the others from your own perspective? My personal public relationship with people, and by virtue of having been at the National Assembly and also being at the county much of the time, I've interacted with members of county assembly, and also I've been their leader. I've been the ODM chairman of Kakamega, and I've interacted with quite many of them. And you remember I put structures, and if you remember now, even we have now more members of ODM coming. You know, me having been the one who did the structures across. So I'm known to them, and I'm known to them, and I have my blueprint for them and what I'm selling. I have ideas I can sell to them, and I believe they can consider me. That one, notwithstanding that we have other applicants. Okay. Yeah, but I'm competing. So I'm not underrating any applicant. But I want to look at all applicants from the pigeon's eye of the members of parliament who are going to be our employers. They're going to employ us.
Somebody will say, like, okay, as much as you're talking of structures of ODM, ODM has a number of MCAs, 48 of them.
Yes.
They are out of 60. And of course, we'll have a number of them nominated. But somebody will say, maybe you had left ODM for another party.
The situation was clear. I didn't leave ODM. I only went to run because I was a sitting member of parliament. And then you see, I tried to run for governor. When I went for gubernatorial position, I could not get. So now, the leadership of ODM now replaced me in Shinyalu. They sought for another candidate. So when I came back, I was now suspended. I was like on the, I was now there.
You're floating
Floating,
somewhere.
I'm just floating. So now I had to run. Now I have supporters who say, no, can you run? Then I went
You didn't want to go independent?
Yeah, independent, no. So I went to one of the parties within the Azimio. Yeah, I ran for it. But now I've come back to Odium. In fact, I need to announce that Kizito came back to Odium. I went back to my party.
Okay.
Because where I went, actually, I was just trying to run for the seat.
So you wanted to use it as a bus?
Just a bus, just to a platform for me to also contest. But since I didn't get it, and I'm not, that's an unfamiliar ground.
So
I've
you've
come
communicated?
back home.
You've communicated.
Of course,
to
I've communicated. I'll give you a letter. I'll give you a letter that effect. No, you don't communicate to Eugene. When you want
You
to
don't communicate to officials?
when you, yeah, you did. I write letter to the register of political parties, and then you give them a notice, and then a notice. Because you see, when you want to leave your husband, you tell him you're leaving him.
Yeah.
No, you don't tell him that me, I've gone. No.
You-
Or I'm marrying another husband.
So what do you do?
No, you just go.
You just go.
You leave notice behind us, you go. So
Oh,
the
okay.
notice.
So that is
but
basically
naturally
what you
they
did.
knew. I told them clearly, me, I'm an Odium person. I'm just using this one as a vehicle. But after this, I'll go back to my party.
So is it also something that you also communicated to Baba? And,
The Baba is aware. Baba is aware. Baba is aware. My president is aware. Baba, he knows that me, I'm Odium down, and that's why the 2 terms have been in Odium. Yeah. So how else can I? The 10 years these people are giving me. So from Odium on Odium ticket, so I cannot want to decide my party. I remain in Odium.
Okay.
Until my life.
Mheshimiwa, you've been in the assembly for 2 terms.
Yes.
Have you interacted maybe with the speaker or the deputy speaker at the assembly?
A lot.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm in the leadership of the Parliament National Assembly. I've been in the leadership of the National Assembly. I sit on the liaison committee. I am a chairman of a very serious committee, a committee of the largest committee, one of the largest committee, a committee of 23 members of National Assembly, and I led them. I've been in the leadership, and then many other committees in the Parliament. So I've been in the leadership all along. So when you're in the leadership, we interact with the clerks. You interact with the speaker a lot. Speaker, you assist the speaker to run the assembly. There are members in leadership who are supposed to help the speaker run the assembly. You don't run. Like when I'm going to become speaker of Kakamega County Assembly, it's not a one-person show.
Yeah, sure.
It is inclusive. It's a team player. It's a teamwork. So we work with everybody who is there now to produce a meal for everybody. Yes.
But in Kakamega County, we had some controversial bills in the first and second term of Governor Paranya, and still it actually got stuck on many people's minds. Talk of the cuckoo bill, talk of there was a number of controversial ones. What is your take on the same, and what are some of these bills that you think you are not able to bring them on the National Assembly, but they will be effective in Kakamega County?
No. In the assembly we have, there are quite a number of bills that I think we need to do. But when you're talking about cuckoo bill and all this, you see, these are members of county assembly. It's them to know. Them, they understand. They're political animals.
Yeah.
They know that if they pass a wrong bill, it will affect them. It will affect their people.
They'll have a backlash.
It is a backlash of their people. Yeah. So it's them. So them, whether they want to pass it or not, it is them. They're the ones actually who have been elected, and they have been given that duty of legislation.
Yeah, sure.
So them, they have to do that, depending. But then whatever bills that we do are supposed to be anchored and in the bedrock of, embedded properly in the constitution of Kenya, the constitution of the land. It has to be embedded there so that it should never be in any way in conflict. But then there are other, the major bill that I think that we need to do for equitable distribution of resources of the county to the various wards. I want to embrace ward fund. I want to embrace ward fund, that we need to bring a bill. Yeah, a bill they have to bring a bill on the floor of the House that will occasion some percentage of the money that comes to the county meant for development to be allocated directly to each and every ward. So a ward becomes the smallest unit of county development. So that, let's say we are giving each ward 50 million per year. We give each ward 50 million per year. That's money for development. So that this money...
So that is a bill that is supposed to be initiated from the assembly?
Yes.
Okay.
So that these monies are now now assigned, are now allocated to each and every ward. So member of county assembly is not directly in charge of that money. But member of county assembly is like a patron. It's like a player in that it helps in terms of when they're going to recruit the committees are going to run that money, and then because we don't want a lot of costs, so now the ward administrator becomes the fund manager of that fund.
Okay.
But the money is kept at the head, at the county.
So the MCAs are not the signatories or
Yeah,
anything?
the MCAs are not signatories. So it's just tailored on the national constituency, national government constituent development fund. You know, for information, it was not scrapped.
Yeah.
And I know people say that CDF was removed. No, CDF Act was removed. But the act that we have been using up to now is called National NGCDF. That one is still in force. So we want to tailor this county government money that's going to be devolved to the wards, each wards it should be tailored on the same model, on the same CDF model, so that so that there's equal and uniform development in the entire county, so that nobody accuses the governor that is one-sided.
Okay.
Yeah, so that MCA who does not work well with his own funds that is allocated to him, then is to blame. People will also judge him at the end of the term. So this is something that I think if members of county assembly bring it up, then it can be something, it can suffice. It can be something good that will help them know how to develop. Because, everybody, like a leader, you need to have something to give back to your people. Even Jesus was a leader. He had something to give. When people say they're hungry, he gave them food.
Give them food.
When they say they're sick, he told them, get healed. When they told Jesus that they're blind, yeah, he told them, now you can see.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm lame, now walk. Yeah, you see that. So you have to entice people with something for development, that you have to respond and to accent their needs every time. The more you accent their needs, the more they are with you all the time. But the moment you don't, then that's how it becomes difficult too.
So other than the Cuckoo bill, there was also the controversial bill of the local brew. And the case, I think, is still in court. And the government were licensing some of the wagema, in those brewers in villages. And they were like, we can embrace this because these are local brews and all that. It was something that you will also, support, or is something that we really need to look into?
I'll support local brew act. That act I'll support. Liquor Act. The Liquor Act must be amended in a way that we have it at national level, but we can do something similar here. But so long as it's not in contradiction of that one. That you see our people, most of them are dying because of this, or some of them are getting into trouble with the law because they keep on hiding, because But you see, like when you go to Russia, these brews, what we buy like wine or what we buy like whiskey, is what is just done in families. So if it can be properly done, so that each and every, we can also allow the brewing of it, but in an official manner, in a proper way, and then also the selling of it, and then the licensing of it, because not everybody will be able to go to the pub and buy a Tusker. Why are we promoting other industries from outside and we don't promote our local? So we want to make this brewing and all this. I would like whoever, member of parliament, national county assembly, if they bring something on the table, then we see how we can.
It was actually brought, and there was sort of there was sort of issue, the bright shoulders in some of the brewer, those who sell alcohol.
Oh yeah.
In Kenya.
Competition.
Of course, competition. They were like, you're taking our
market. They will be curtailed. No, they should not be selfish. I think everybody in Kenya is entitled. And members of county assembly will have to do what will embrace their people. Yeah, they should embrace their people. If our people are good at making changa, that's another chemical science. Chemical science. If people are able to brew, and they do it like in engineer, they have this thing, and then they make changa which is also can be changa which is the same way. Changa is brewed in the same way. This other like whiskey, vodka, these spirits are also done. So, but now the impurities, our people are not able to remove impurities. But if law is made so that this can be done properly and in a professional way, then we can have like say Shinyalu whiskey, we have Matungu whiskey, we have Likuyani whiskey and all this, so that actually we don't have people being at loggerheads with the law.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I think that is what the county government had initiated, and of course, that is why they were licensing them, just to ensure that they have, of course, in terms of clean environment of brewing the local pombe and all that. But I think the whole issue emanated with the other companies coming on board and taking them to court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is...
Having as a son of Shinyalu, and Shinyalu is nearing the neighbors with the Kolomani, whereby we've had a lot of gold mine and all that. What are some of the key issues you think you can initiate at the assembly to ensure, because we've had the issues of the bill about the gold mine and all that. We've had people dying. We've had people, you know, some they are actually they're still poor. But yet they're mining, and we have cartels who've been taking advantage of them. So how best can you help such people?
You see, a member, and you see in the assembly, speaker does not initiate.
I know,
Yeah.
but again, you can from where you sit, of course, and if at all that motion will be brought.
Yes.
From where you sit, I know you might say, yeah, from where I come from, this and this is affecting my people, and this has to be pushed. You have a say.
I can encourage. Of course, I'm a vote. A veto vote.
Yeah, sure.
A veto vote can be there. The one that can break any tie, a speaker can do that. But I tend to agree with you that actually, definitely, if there are those emotive issues, to me, those are very emotive issues. Like when you look at me, I went to school through that Changa. This forest, Kakamega has the forest. The canopy. This forest is called the canopy of real natural beauty of Africa.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, this forest here.
Fresh breath. When I was driving,
I
mean, it was
Kakamega forest, the best, and very well conserved. So these are some of the things that we need to. You know, we're talking about looking at our natural resources, and then processing them in a way that they serve the humanity. Yeah, you see, service to humanity, service to God. So we want, like everybody was given resources. Like in Mombasa, they have the Indian Ocean.
Sure.
Yeah, Kisumu, they have the lake, and here we have the forest, and then we have the mines. In Saudi Arabia, they have a natural resource called oil. Yeah, and in Congo, you can see they have gold. They have in Uganda, near Kilemba, you can see they have something. What is that? Is that gold or something? In Zambia, they have coal. It's called something called coal. Yeah.
So actually, God kind of gave everybody some resources.
Some resources, so that it's you now to look at that and utilize it and put in a way that supports the basic needs of our people, because this forest is supposed to help us. Our gold is supposed to help us. We have gold here. In the Liranda corridor, there's a lot of gold. So I think we need to encourage members of county assembly to come in and actually explore this. And this is how does it come? It can only come with capacity building, built through benchmarking across the world. Yeah, I want members of assembly of Kakamega to benchmark across the world. Yeah, we look for resources. They benchmark across the world. They look into these things, so they can also mirror them down. They can have them here. They can copy them and actually bring them down here, so that now we can also be like others.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your parting shot, Mheshimiwa?
My parting on the same. Parting shot on the same. I want to say that here I am. I'm free, and I'm applying for the job of the Speaker of County Assembly of Kakamega, and I'm applying it to the elected and nominated members of County Assembly, and they are going to be my bosses. I want to serve them, I want to work with them, and we serve them in a proper manner, and I want to request them to try me and see what I can do for them. I'm a politician, I understand what a problem, I understand what a politician goes through. And then I want to also bring in the other experience from the other side, the experience from outside, so that I can blend with what they have. I know they have something, but we can blend and work together. But I want to promise them I'm their servant, and I want to work with them hand to hand. And I'm not a boss. I want to be a team player, play with them, And speaker is just the first one among the equals.
Yeah.
So like a speaker is also a member, a member of community assembly, because now,
Sure.
I have to sit with them, and we have to move, and we'll work with everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, in that assembly,
Regardless of the party.
regardless of the party, and we help the county government to move. We give them proper rules, laws that will make it move very fast. Yeah, to facilitate them to move and give to our people services they require. At the same time, we hold them accountable for the resources that are given to them, we give to them to serve our people. So that we do proper oversight, we do proper legislation, we do proper representation, and legislation, and then we are able to learn from the best practices across the world. Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is a former member of parliament, Shinyalu, just as Kizito. He has said he's jobless, and he has applied for a job as the member of assembly in county assembly of Kakamega County as the second speaker of Kakamega County Assembly. And of course, Mheshimiwa, we wish you well.
Thank you.
We hoping all will be well for you, and you'll get that opportunity.
Yeah.
Without saying much, I think we have to end it there. We'll bring you more of such episodes in our subsequent uploads. Thank you so much. I'm Violet Auma.
Thank you.